What is up, YouTube? It's the Game Rated 190 coming back with you with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. And I have to say, I am really surprised with this one. Because for one thing, this person was asking me to battle and I didn't even have 5 Pokemon. I mean, I didn't even have 6 Pokemon. I had only 5 Pokemon and I still won the battle. And I'm surprised. I thought this person was going to choose 5 because I only have 5, but he decided to go for a 6 Pokemon. But like, I was surprised for the result of this battle. You should go check out this battle. It is really cool. Challenger Griffin. And go ahead and send out my Gale Wings Talent Flame. And he sends out the Mammal Swine. I would go for the Tailwind so that I would be outspeeding all of his Pokemon for 4 turns. And then he goes for the Stealth Rocks, which is a huge problem for Talonflame due to it being a Fire Flying type. That's the main reason Charizard is used to be NU for its Megas. Anyway, I go for the Brave Bird and get some decent damage on there with the Talonflame, and then Mammal Swine uses Superpower, and I was like, why use Superpower? Because I have a flying type. And since it's no longer have normal type anymore, it used to be a normal type when it was a Fletchling, but as it evolves, it's now like Fire Flying. I decided to go for another Brave Bird, and it was able to do massive damage and take down the Mammal Swine. Got some of that recoil damage. And then he sent out his Wash Rotom. I figured he was gonna go for the Hydro Pump, so I used the U-turn on it. Since I still had the Tailwinds, I was able to outspeed the Rotom. And then I send out my Goodra because since it's being a Dragon type, it could take Water type moves. It did minimum damage from the Stealth Rocks. And just as I predicted, he goes for the Hydro Pump. It doesn't even do that much damage. It's not even that good. And it's revealed that the Rotom has leftovers. And then the Tailwind then starts to go away, so the Rotom can outspeed me. But then I go for the Dragon Pulse on this Rotom, and look at the result! It was on red! It was on red. The Dragon Pulse, combined with the Life Orb, did all of that damage to Wash Rotom. That is then it decided to go for the Confuse Ray. I tried to hit the Rotom, but unfortunately Goodra hit itself with Confusion. And after that, it decided to go for Volt Switch. I was gonna say, why would you use that on a Dragon type? But then again, you can't switch out. I had a feeling he was gonna switch out to that Togekiss. Which is why I can't believe I went for another Dragon Pulse. And you know what's the messed up part about this? The Goodra didn't hit itself with Confusion. So I pretty much used that Dragon Pulse for nothing. It didn't use its Air Slash. I didn't feel like it had Serene Grace, I would get Flinch. But I didn't get Flinch, but I still faint due to Confusion. Then I go ahead and send out my Swampert, which is the highlight of this video, by the way, because I was sweeping a lot of Pokemon with this guy. This guy was the main reason for my one. I Mega Evolved the Swampert, and then go ahead, do setup, and use Rain Dance. But what's the most odd thing is that this Togekiss is using Thunder Wave on Swampert despite being half ground type. I can tell, Thunder Wave is a status move, but it's still classified as an electric type move, so that shouldn't even do that. You shouldn't even be using Thunder Wave on a ground type. So after the first Ice Punch, I use Ice Punch again to take down the Togekiss for good. I pretty much was owning everybody in this battle. And then he goes back to sending out his Wash Rotom, so I use Ice Punch again. I think on this part, you go ahead and send out his Aegislash. That was the most surprising thing. I used Earthquake. The Aegislash was in its shield form, but it still got one-hit KO'd. I guess it's probably due to the stab bonus with this Mega Swampert. And the fact that Earthquake has got, good damage. But that is when the rain stops, and then he sends out his Garchomp. I guess I can simply just use an Ice Punch because it has a times 4 weakness, but I decided to go do setup first before I just handle this Garchomp. It will go for the Earthquake and do massive damage on Swampert. Fortunately, Swampert survives, so I'm the fastest in the field again. After that, I decided to go for the Ice Punch and take down that Garchomp. That was a piece of cake. And it was unnecessarily a critical hit. And this is the part where Swampert's downfall. He sends out a Ninetales, the Drought ability. This was going to be a huge problem with me. And well, this was realized because the Ninetales had Solar Beam, and it just takes down the Swampert. I couldn't send out my Talonflame because if I do that, it's just going to get KO'd due to the Stealth Rocks. So I decided to go ahead and send out my Gliscor. It takes some damage from the Stealth Rocks, probably because it's half flying type. So I decided to just use Earthquake, but the Ninetales actually took the Earthquake. It was able to survive with a little bit of HP. Then the Ninetales goes for a Solar Beam, and this might do some damage because Gliscor being half ground type, but Gliscor took it very well. Because I had the Toxic Orb, now I can activate the Poisoning ability, but I decided to just end off the battle by using the Facade. That Swampert saved me in that battle. I bet if I didn't have the Mega Swampert, then this was really awesome battle. Good game, Griffin. That was a very good game. That's pretty much everything from the Wi-Fi battle. I'll post the question of the day down on the comments below. And check out the Pokemon community on Google+. It is really fun. And that's pretty much it. This is the Gamer 890 signing out. Peace.